Google Pixel 8 versus Nothing Phone 2. Which one is the best for you? Which one will satisfy all your needs from camera to smoothness to software features to everything? So let's get into it. So the Google Pixel 8, obviously has the Tensor G3 chip. It makes it more efficient, makes it more powerful, makes the battery last longer, less heat problems. And then it also features Google's famous camera for computational photography, better camera hardware than the Nothing Phone 2. And then it has, Google's suite of features, AI features, such as call screening, live wallpapers, Magic Compose, where it will help you write a message and it can even alter your message to make it fit a certain stylized theme, interpreter mode to, allow you and somebody else to talk in your native tongues together. So somebody talking in Japanese to me, I can speak English and the phone will translate back and forth between us. And just a bunch of other AI features that the Pixel 8 has. And now with the Nothing Phone 2, it has a bigger screen. It has the glyph lights on the back. It has a nice, cool aesthetic. Both of them, I think, look good. Both phones are really nice. I do think the Nothing Phone 2 is more comfortable to hold. The Nothing Phone 2 has symmetrical bezels, where the Pixel 8, it's like just a tiny bit asymmetrical. The bottom half of the bezel is a little bit thicker than the rest of the phone, but the Nothing Phone 2 is just a clean aesthetic. Other things that it has, Nothing OS is a developing Android skin that is continuously getting new features like, swipe gestures for taking a screenshot, swiping up for floating windows, a whole bunch of home screen editing features like enlarging your folders on your home screen and making them bigger, changing how they look, putting custom designs on them, a lot of cool widgets, the glyph features where you can flip the phone to go into silent mode where it will only light up, assigning specific glyph patterns to specific contacts, using a glyph timer so you can flip your phone and then it will start a timer and it will show you the progress of the timer as the lights go down. And then you can use the glyph lights as a fill light for, videography, photography. Obviously, they're not going to be super bright, but like close-up stuff, it can create a cool effect. And that overall, the Nothing Phone has pretty stock Android feel with more features in terms of like, multitasking and using it, customization. The animations, in my opinion, I think the animations on Nothing OS are smoother than the Pixel animations. I've always thought the Pixels had the best animations on Android until Nothing phones came out, and they're just very smooth. Now, with the introductions out the way of these two devices, which one is better for you? Which one is better at certain areas? Nothing Phone 2 has the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. That is a flagship chip that is still really good, still power efficient. It will last you all day. I think the Nothing Phone 2, let me just check that. Nothing Phone 2 has a slightly bigger battery. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the battery life is better on Nothing Phone 2, but that can vary from case to case, depending on who you are and what you do with your phone. But in terms of power, I think the Nothing Phone 2 will win just because of the more powerful Snapdragon chip. It's a chip from 2 years ago technically, but it's still really powerful, still can, game just as good as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chips. Although depending on your device, that will vary. Different thermals will allow you for different performances and pushing your device to certain levels. Like the Samsung phones, the Galaxy S23 Ultra had the most powerful chip, overclocked per Galaxy, but it didn't perform as well as, specific gaming phones with the same exact SoC, even with a lower clock speed. So it really comes down to like how your hardware is made. And I think the Nothing Phone 2 is decent in terms of thermal performance, but it's not at the top. Overall, I think these phones will perform very similarly in day-to-day usage. In terms of cameras, obviously the Pixel is just the winner. Like the Pixel has the better hardware. It has the better computational software. It has more features. It has better stabilization. They're better cameras. That's it. However, the Nothing Phone 2's cameras are not bad at all. For photography, Nothing Phone 2 can kind of hang with the Pixel. It's definitely not quite there, but it can hang with it. And in videography, the Pixel destroys Nothing Phone. There's no competition in the videography, in my opinion. The selfie cameras are pretty comparable. I don't think, one is way more better than the other. I don't even think the Pixel will destroy the Nothing Phone. Like I mentioned earlier, each phone has its own specific, software features, things that might attract you to buy one phone versus another phone in terms of what you get. How much do you value the glyph lights? Like, is it just a gimmick to you that looks cool and nice, or is it actually something that is functionally beneficial to your life? For me, I think the glyph lights are pretty beneficial in my life because when I flip to glyph, I can actually be productive. And you can do this with other phones in terms of like muting it and stuff like that while still seeing that notifications are coming through. But with the glyph lights, you only see the lights and you only see light patterns. So like I can see if my wife is calling me, and I can also see if like certain apps are notifying me. So like there's something called essential glyph where basically the one glyph light will light up and stay lit up until you deal with the notification. And you can put specific apps in the essential glyph thing. So let's say my banking apps, I can set those to be essential notifications. And when I get a notification from my banking apps, like I got an e-transfer, something like that, it will always stay lit when the phone is face down, and it won't like make a noise. It will just light up and stay there. And that can let me know that like, okay, there's something essential and I need to deal with it, or I can deal with it later. Whereas everything else, it will kind of light up like somebody's messaging me on Facebook, not that serious. I'll get regular notification lights from that on the rest of the glyph lights, and I know that I can ignore that. But with the essential glyph, I know that it's something that I should check. There is functionality there. I think that is a pretty cool feature, and it allows you to still be focused on what you're doing, but also at the same time still know that there's something that needs your attention on your phone, that maybe you should get to sooner than later. But anyways, so how much do you value that? And also the customization of the Nothing phone, the aesthetic is just so cool. Like the way that everything is laid out, the way that all the icons, they figured it out before Google did, a way to get all the icons to match their icon pack. When you use Material You on Google and you choose to set all the icons to match the colors of the device, it doesn't work for a lot of apps. But with Nothing OS, they figured out a way to make their OS icon pack or icon skin work on every single icon that you have. It doesn't matter what app you have. If it's obscure, Nothing OS will paint over it. So they figured it out. And then, like I said earlier, the folders, customization, the widgets that they have, the multitasking is way better than the Pixel 8, because I don't know why, bro, but Pixel phones do not have floating windows. Like, I just don't understand how you are Android. Like, you make Android and you do not have such a basic, really good feature. It doesn't make sense to me. But Nothing OS has that, and it works really nice. I love that you can swipe and hold to get into it very quickly. You don't understand how much floating window saves me and saves me time. So there's that. I've been talking a lot, but here's what I think. It comes down to what you value the most in terms of performance, screen size, aesthetic, and ergonomics, extra features, and the cameras. How many of those things do you value? So let's say with the first one, performance. You value performance, so that goes to Nothing phone too. Let's say you value a brighter screen, you don't necessarily care about screen size, and you want a sharper screen, then that will go to the Pixel 8. So 1-1 for both of them. And then in terms of the aesthetics and ergonomics, you prefer what Nothing is doing with the Nothing phone 2. So that goes to Nothing phone 2, and that has 2 points now. And then the special features for each device, let's say you value what Google is doing with the AI more than like the Nothing phone's multitasking and customization. You value call screening, so you don't have to deal with annoying spam calls, or so that the phone can hold a government call for you instead of you sitting there and wasting your time. So you value those features over the Nothing phone features. So Google Pixel 8 will have 2 points now versus 2 points for the Nothing phone, because they both won in 2 different categories. And the cameras, you value really good cameras, so you got to give it to the Pixel 8. So then boom, now the Pixel 8 has 3 points versus the 2 points of the Nothing phone 2. So therefore, if you do it like that, then you got to go with the Pixel 8 because it has more things you value versus the Nothing phone. That's just a way to help you decide which one is best for you. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think these two specific phones are that much better than each other at all. I think like they're very comparable in terms of like price to what you get ratio, coolness factor and all these different things. Like I think you can't go wrong with either device. They're both like mid-ranger phones that have like flagship capabilities in one area or another. And yeah, I think they're both great. So if you choose one over the other, I don't think you should regret not getting the other one, because you have a really good phone, a solid phone. Let me know in the comments below what you decide, which one you like better, which one lines up with how you use your phone and your workflow and all those different things, different areas, aspects of life. And if you have had one of these devices, let me know what you think about it. Like, is it a good device? Do you recommend it to other people? And yeah, that's it for now. We are out. Peace.